Yeah,
So we're recording, right?
yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's gonna be our new intro. Fuck our names, fuck the name of this podcast. It's just gonna be RV recording. So hi, I do we have to introduce ourselves every time?
No, no, let's do that because you never know when anyone's gonna pop in.
That is true. Hey, new viewer, hi. I'm Madhav,
I'm Rahul.
and this is the Screen Zone podcast, aka Shitty Podcast. Um,
Yes.
so this is our third episode. First episode we talked about boys. Second episode we talked about Assassin's Creed. So now it's time to come back to movies. And since we're only two episodes in, obviously we're already out of ideas.
Yeah,
So today we're just going to react to movie news that we have gathered.
yeah.
Because that's always so.
We're just one episode away from doing an actual video reaction to some trailer or something.
Oh yeah, we seeing the rate at which we've just run out of ideas now.
Yeah.
Next episode, hey, fine bros, don't sue us, assholes. Okay, so yeah, we've just gathered some topics relating to movies, things that have been happening, things that have kind of been reported, kind of confirmed, we don't know, and we're just gonna react to it, give our thoughts, blah blah blah, and hopefully this doesn't run too long. Uh, yeah, chalo.
Yeah, so the first news is that David Prowse, who played Darth Vader physically on the set, passed away earlier this week. And I mean, that's,
Sad death, obviously. Now only
yeah,
Harrison Ford and Luke Skywalker are left of the original like posse
yeah.
of Star Wars characters. C-3PO also I think is gone. R2-D2 is gone.
Hmm.
Carrie Fisher is gone. And now this guy went. I'm so respectful of them. So yeah, obviously sad. uh, Apparently this guy, and he deserves way more respect, because people know like James Earl Jones voice of Darth Vader and all, that's cool.
Hmm.
This guy, and in fact this guy deserves so much respect, because original Star Wars, may if you see, James Earl Jones didn't take a credit. He went
Hmm.
uncredited because he thought David Prowse's performance was way more important to the character.
Yeah, I get that. Fuck my. I had the what is it? What do you even call this thing? The audio monitoring on, and I just cringed at my own voice for a second. Now it's fine.
Oh shit.
Take care.
Yeah, now you know how the viewers feel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel sorry for you guys, but then again,
So
why did you click on this? Yeah, so this
that is, yeah,
quite a sad news. Like
yeah.
I didn't like grow up with Star Wars or anything. I actually started the franchise when I was in 11th, I think. So like very recently, like 2000 what
Hmm.
14 or something like that. But
Yeah.
obviously, his performance, his just the Darth Vader's physicality was just so important and so different, because you see movies from that era and a lot of actors, especially in the Star Wars original movies, all the actors, uh, just the way they act, the way they move, uh, it's very. I mean, there are stories that they said that they were thinking that this is going to be a big flop, right?
Oh yeah, everyone was telling George Lucas, listen, you're dumb.
Yeah, yeah. And you can actually see a bit of that in the acting, because the first movie acting isn't that great, honestly. In the first movie, everyone is just,
Not really, but that's
huh.
sort of grown as to be part of the charm of
Yeah,
Star
yeah, yeah.
Wars.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, हाँ ठीक है, this is working. चलो ठीक है, let's double down it. Yeah, guys, it was all intended, okay. But Darth Vader's
Yeah.
physicality, like obviously, people when they watch Star Wars now, they might not be as, say, frightened of Darth Vader, because like we've
Yeah,
come to
because his
expect.
backstory is, I hate
No, no,
sand.
no, 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 not that, not that. Like if you're a newcomer, you're just getting into Star Wars, right? And you watch Episode 4, like,
Yeah.
and when Darth Vader comes in, you've at this point you've seen a lot of cultural references and shit. So, and you've seen other movies and all, right? So you might not find him as frightening or something. You'll just find, "Ha, theek hai, why were people so afraid of this guy? Like when this movie came out." But that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, exactly. So
when it came
so
out, the cultural zeitgeist was different. So his badass end in the first scene, just blasting through the all the rebel
yeah,
people. It's
see,
so cool.
part of his whole intimidation was the robotic voice, and that
Mm.
James Earl Jones's voice is so like commanding and deep. Um, so yeah, the voice obviously is has to be credited, but
Yeah.
this guy's physicality, like if this guy was walking around like RuPaul or something, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
This guy had very simple postures,
Yeah.
but they were intimidating. You were like, okay, this guy is a threat.
You
You
are
have to be
part of the
scared
Rebel
of him.
Alliance. So the way he's
Yeah,
pointing his
like
finger
when,
at Leila and all,
yeah,
just
legit,
very,
you,
very
yeah, because
simplistic, but it works.
it works. Like when a fucker can scare you by doing this, that's cool. So yeah, of course, sad he's dead, and more people obviously should have known about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, rest in peace. May the force be with you.
Oh, yep. That's the right way to end it.
Yes.
So that's a little bit there. So if you're listening to this and you haven't watched ours, you don't have any clue what we're talking about. No, I mean it's possible. There are people who
What
haven't.
are the odds that firstly a person is watching us,
Yeah.
second they have not seen Star Wars?
And they're like, पहला 1 मिनट क्या बोल रहे हैं ये लोग? Like watch time.
Star War,
क्या?
ये क्या होता है?
See, I was that person like 4 or 5 years ago, so I can forgive people for doing that. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, just go and watch the series. It's on, I think, Amazon Prime in India. I don't know about, no, it's on Disney Plus now. It's everything was on Disney
Disney,
Plus. Yeah,
everything's on Disney,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah. So just go watch it and celebrate his performance.
Yes.
Uh, so yeah, the second story of the night. It's a Tenet is finally coming to India on December 4th. So we all know that Tenet did release internationally during the pandemic. I mean, the pandemic is still going on, but still, it released what? It got delayed by a couple of months, and it released around, I
I think
think,
it
what?
released September,
Yeah, something like that. And
August,
it did
September, May it had.
and it did pretty well for when it came out. Like it made pretty decent amount of money in the box office. But abhi India mein to, like, we know that India, like, we have a pretty good fan following base in India for Christopher Nolan. Like he's one of the only directors in India where like a lot of people
Who's
know that
not
name.
into, yeah, who's not into like franchise movies,
Yeah.
but people still like really respect him in the regard that they respect Scorsese and Tarantino.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of people know about him here. Like a lot of the
Yeah.
general public also, like, that he's a well-known entity here in India also.
Yeah, like it was when I went to see Dunkirk, it was kind of surreal because it's not, like I said, it's not a franchise movie. It's not like an
Hmm.
established series or something. Theater full tha.
Yeah,
I got like a side ka seat. That's how full it was. So kind of cool. I mean, Nolan, my favorite director.
yeah,
So
same.
I am so like too excited almost. I'm trying to curb it right now so that people in my house
I
don't wake up.
I am excited, but the thing is, like at this point, I was actually prepared to just wait for the DVD release and all because that was coming in December end. It was going to come. See, listen. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
saying
no, no.
that.
I relate. I relate.
ठीक है. Like I was mentally ready. So when they said कि oh it's coming to theaters, I just went, oh cool, ठीक है, देख लेंगे थिएटर में, मजा आएगा. Instead of, oh fuck, थिएटर में आ रहे हैं इंडिया में, oh my god, oh my god.
That
It did.
that was me.
I get that. I get that was you. And I've been
Yeah.
like, I've watched Nolan films in theaters since Dark Knight Rises. उसके पहले थिएटर में नहीं देखा था any of his. So
I've been seeing since Inception.
Inception. I actually thought of going because they're playing Nolan's older movies, Inception and Interstellar, and Dunkirk in like select theaters here. I thought of
Hmm.
going to watch Inception with my mom because my mom's a big fan of. My mom's also a big fan of Nolan's works. So like she's
Nice.
seen Inception like 2-3 times, and she is also like, okay, we can go probably to Inception, so we might do that. So yeah, Tenet, and at this point, like when the movie came out and the reception it got kind of a mixed reception, or like as mixed as you can get with Nolan, in the sense that no one, even on the
See,
negative end, no one called it bad or anything. They were just kind
Yeah,
of
they
confused.
and anyone who has a negative review of a Nolan movie, I know I sound like a fanboy right now, but anyone who has a negative
चूतिया
review of a Nolan movie is a hater. They're just doing it because contrarian बनना है हमको.
है.
I
I
want attention for my opinion. That's it.
I didn't understand one criticism like ठीक है there are, like say Dark Knight Rises, right? There
Yeah.
are fair criticisms of that movie. Even I have a lot of problems with
Oh,
that
so
movie.
many. Yeah, yeah.
And then even Dunkirk, I understand a lot of Dunkirk criticisms. Yeah, I agree with them. Interstellar, I thought was amazing. Like I love that movie, and it was also very different from his previous movies. Like it felt like it had a heart. Like not saying that the other movies didn't,
Yeah,
but Interstellar
yeah, yeah.
just
The other movies,
huh.
yeah, yeah. You're right. And see, that's the thing with Nolan. Even his bad movies are better than like 99% of movies out there. I
Yeah, yeah,
think his worst is Dark Knight Rises,
yeah. I can
but
see
that's
that. Yeah.
still a fucking amazing movie. A lot of
And
people's least favorite is Interstellar, which is
I
also
don't get that.
understandable.
I
But
don't get that. You're all mad people. Okay, shut the. Don't watch Tenet. Okay. No, actually, watch it. Give him money. For his next
yeah,
movie.
yeah, no. Interstellar and what I will never understand is if someone says Dark Knight Rises or Prestige or Inception is his worst, then I'm like, what are you on, my friend? But like if someone says Interstellar, someone says Insomnia, which also
Hmm.
I don't agree with, but like it's understandable why someone would think those are his worst movies.
Yeah, and if you can be a director with your worst movies being among those ranks, then come on, like that's not even like you shouldn't even listen to that criticism. That's not even a point made.
He doesn't. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I don't even think he has a phone.
yeah. There was
I
this thing, no,
honestly think
like
he doesn't have a
he
phone.
he banned like there was a some rumor had
Chairs.
come out chairs and all. It came out false later on, but like I was like, you know what, that kind of makes sense. I would
Yeah,
actually.
because I don't think Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman would come on a set, regardless of who's directing, if
Yeah.
they weren't given a chair. देना तो पड़ेगा. So yeah, we are basically extremely excited for Tenet. Nolan new movie is supposed to be complete mindfuck.
Have you seen any
Uh,
of the reviews? Any reviews or anything?
None. I have very strategically avoided everything.
Same.
I haven't even seen the second or third trailer. I've only seen the first one which came.
Acha, no, I saw the first one and then I think the second one. So I went for Birds of Prey, right? Birds of Prey ka I went for the premiere, and they showed like what 2 minutes or 3 minutes of a scene. I won't say anything, but they showed an entire scene like Nolan का जैसे करते हैं, Dark Knight Rises का
हाँ,
जैसे किया था and
sometimes
all,
yeah.
and it was in its full IMAX glory. So Birds of Prey IMAX
Ooh,
में देखा था. So
yeah.
that and after watching that scene, the movie starts, right? Birds of Prey, and then like wait, ये क्या drop था? I watched 3 minutes of Tenet, had no
Three
clue what was
minutes
going
of
on.
glory,
Yes,
and then you
had
go
no,
to
and it was
Birds of Prey.
full on thing, right? It was the full on IMAX version,
The
sound,
full
everything.
ratio. Yeah.
It was perfect, like pura cinematic glory. And not that Birds of Prey is a very bad film or whatever, but you could see that graph drop.
Compared to Tenet, come on.
No, I'm saying independently. Like in general, also, I'm just fine with that movie, Birds of Prey. A lot of people
Yeah,
hated
no.
that
I'm
when it
saying,
came out.
yeah, no. In general, also I like it, but I'm saying
Hmm.
compared to Tenet, like you watch even 3 minutes of Tenet,
Yeah. Fucking
and then you
तीन
go to
मिनट
Birds of
दिखाया.
Prey, ऐसा लगेगा कि eh,
You know, थोड़ा time लगेगा to get into this. So yeah,
you may have to edit this part out. Your voice is slightly robotic.
अरे
थोड़ा
I can
देखना.
just adjust the audio. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
a pro. Okay, I'm a pro. That's why 3 घंटा
this
2
should be
घंटा.
called the broadcast.
That's why we
uh,
recorded 2.5 hours of Assassin's Creed, which is my favorite franchise, and we fucked up the audio. On my part, the guy who's played all
which
of
is
them.
so weird, but yeah. So yeah, we're excited for Tenet. We are going to go opening day.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, we may do a video about Tenet. No, wait, I'm gonna do a video about Tenet only when it comes on DVD release, and I've seen it 2-3 times and fully understood it. Because first time में देख कुछ नहीं समझ में आने वाला है.
Wait, video about as in what? Like a discussion review or like on your own you're gonna do
Yeah,
something?
With you only, bhai. On
Acha.
my own, where do I put content? Unlike you.
Next story is wait, actually, oh, one of our favorite talking about YouTubers, one of our favorite YouTubers, Lily Singh. And Madhav, you want to take this one?
So apparently, season 2 of her late night show is coming,
Hmm.
and I think they finally found the problem that is going to save the show. New writers. This show is so saved, bro. This is gonna be like
Okay.
Breaking Bad season 2.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. Lily Singh ka. I
Uh,
found out Lily Singh, um, wait, like around 11th or 12th, something like that. Like I watched some of her earlier videos, like when it was just her, when she wasn't a brand, right? When
when
it
she
was
was
just,
just still Superwoman,
yeah, so
like
it's just
the
still Superwoman.
YouTuber, not the brand.
Ha
Yeah.
ha ha. And like I had fun with those videos, those were fine. Like,
Those
because,
are fine. Her main USP was she's making stuff that's relatable that
yeah,
nobody else is like properly making videos about. They like most people just talk about it. She's actually
hmm,
making videos, making it funny. She's clearly putting a lot of effort into it, and she
yeah,
was funny. She was likable.
she was
Whatever.
likable. Was.
Then she blew up so fast.
Yes.
And I think that she got to a point where she felt, okay, now I am so big. I have this platform and I have to use it for good.
Hmm.
But I can't let go of the persona that I have.
Yeah.
And those two things did not gel together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there is a way to be funny while being politically correct. She doesn't know how to do it.
I so like I watched a lot of her like earlier videos and all like 11th, 12th, and then I kind of just fell off the, like, what's the phrase, whatever, like I just stopped watching.
Bandwagon.
Yeah, yeah. Not because like she had gotten very big or something. Take it, like I just left stopped watching, and then like a couple of years later I just saw some headlines or something, and then I kind of checked in kab abhi kya kar rahi hai. Oh my god, what the fuck. But like,
Yeah, I saw just I think the first clip of the first episode, her opening monologue or whatever.
I've seen clips on Twitter, and they were amazing, fun clips.
I made better jokes in third grade.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we don't want to
Like, okay,
attack her or
you
anything. Take it. This is just like healthy civil discussion and this thing criticism. So, I remember when she got her late
then
night
why do I
show.
have these knives out? Knives.
Lights out.
Knives. I call this a knife.
Yes. Dikra, she's getting to your head. So, like when she got her show, a lot of headlines came out. Like I obviously learned a lot about this later, but a lot of headlines came
You
out that,
learnt about it a little late.
but not with her. So I'll, God. So yeah, so most of the headlines uh, were not were just focusing on the superficial stuff, right? Like, not superficial. I mean, I'm sure someone is gonna get offended that she's the first person from Indian descent to get her own late night show or something like that, something along those
First
lines.
female also or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
I'm
first
sure.
female also, and see that is fine. Take care. That part is fine, but the person herself.
Yeah, when you're a late night talk show host, you have to be A, charming, B, funny, C, good at improv, and D, hospitable to the people coming on your show.
Hmm,
This is why I hate James Corden. He
acha.
also can do none of those things. He tries way too hard, he tries way too much to get the spotlight on himself or whatever, and he's
Hmm,
just, I can't stand him. She is even worse because at least James Corden is kind of aware of the space he's in,
ah,
and he's like, okay, I'm good at this, I'm only gonna do this.
hmm,
Lily Singh very clearly thinks that she is like God. Like she is so woke for doing this, and being like, oh, I am so PC, my writers are so diverse, look how diverse my writers are. Do they have talent? No, they're diverse.
Yeah,
Because that's what
she
makes a writing team.
she got a lot of flack for her after her, this thing the show started.
Half her whole promotion for the show was, look how diverse my writers are.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
have
I don't
men,
care.
women of all descent, creeds, whatever. I'm like, are they good writers? Have you
Exactly.
thought of that? Hello.
Have you actually watched any of the episodes? I haven't at all.
I couldn't get through even one. I told you I saw that opening monologue, and uske baad,
Uh,
like you only, I've just seen clips here and there.
uh,
Uh,
no. Chalo, fine, that's fine.
yeah. So basically, the what we're saying is this show is not going to be saved by new writers because she's still hosting. Chalo, next news.
Next news. Hawkeye. Yeah, so Disney Plus is working on a Hawkeye spin-off show, miniseries, and we've got a couple of rumors over this week about who might be joining Jeremy Renner in the show. So the first one is Haley Steinfeld. Apparently, like there's a rumor, and she kind of teased it that she's gonna join as Kate Bishop. So let's get into that. So this rumor started out quite early on, like even I guess even before the Hawkeye show was announced. I guess like she was like a lot of people, a lot of fans also wanted to see her. Like that idea kind of became very popular of her seeing her as Kate Bishop. So
Hmm.
that was there, and then she recently put up an Instagram post where she said, "What like see you in 11 days or something." And apparently, it's her birthday in that amount of time. I haven't checked. And she put up an emoji of a bow and arrow, and obviously people went gaga all over it. Oh my god, she confirmed she's gonna be Kate Bishop, and this it hasn't been confirmed or anything, but there have been just such a steady stream of rumors with the same thing that at this point
Yeah,
it
that at this point it'll be a little disappointing
yeah it'll be
if it
very
turns out to not be true.
disappointing. Yeah, and that'll be fun. So I don't really know much about the character. And it's
Yeah.
funny because this is all coming at this time because the Avengers game, which came out like 2 months ago, remember that, guys? That game which crashed and burned. So that game is supposed to get new characters and new content every couple of months or so. Like it's a live service, and the first additional character that the game is getting is Kate Bishop, which is coming this December. So it's just funny that this also lines up with the Hawkeye starting its shooting in like this month or probably next month. That's fun. I don't know much about Kate Bishop. I just know she's kind of Hawkeye's Robin, essentially. What are your thoughts on that? Do you know about the
I didn't
character?
dude, I didn't even know there was a Hawkeye TV show till like half an hour ago when you told me.
Come on, तो MCU follow करता है ना थोड़ा. Come on.
Yeah, but no, after Endgame I've really stopped because I kind of don't like
I
the
get that.
direction that they're going in. Like, okay, you have these characters, fine. Make movies. What
There's
is
been
it with
only one.
shows? Like,
See, it
dude,
makes sense with shows. It makes sense, a lot of sense, because A, थोड़ा कम budget कर सकते हो. B, तुम्हारा like because a lot of like people forget it's not just all your CGI and all that bullshit, right? It's a lot about logistic stuff also. So when you're shooting a movie, the like having to pay for the locations you're gonna use, and because these are big movies, oftentimes they're gonna shoot in multiple countries and shit. That adds up a lot. And these shows, they can be very self-contained. Like they can basically do like 90% of these shows in a closed set and on a very lower scale because it's on Disney Plus.
that's fine being self-contained, but my point is this is the MCU.
Here's the
Which
thing,
was
I
the
get that.
last movie we got which was self-contained?
Iron Man 3, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
phase 3 mein to every all of them kind of interconnected. Thing is,
yeah.
it's also the characters, right? So with someone like Doctor Strange, right?
Hmm.
He's like he was at that point when his movie came out, people didn't know about him. Like the general public didn't really know about him. But he's still a pretty big character in the comics. Like he's been part of the Avengers and Illuminati and all that. With Guardians of the Galaxy, it kind of made sense because like A, they're an ensemble. People love watching ensemble characters. B, the Guardians and the Thanos story was kind of connecting into their overall goal, right? With the shows, look at the characters they're focusing on. She-Hulk, who like has potential for a movie, but here's the problem: you can't really do a She-Hulk movie without even getting Bruce Banner in for a few scenes or something for reference. It's hard for general public. Remember
And
that,
yeah, no, no,
and you
no.
can't do
My
that.
my thing is, why wouldn't they get him?
They would, but it's kind of because even at this point, it's not clear that they're gonna get him, like that he's gonna come in because there are rights issues. Because Universal holds the right for Hulk distribution, for a lot of Hulk solo movie distribution and
Oh,
shit. So
mm,
that is one thing. And even She-Hulk, she's not that popular as a character for general public. They're doing
yeah,
Moon Knight, who is extremely niche. Moon Knight is
yeah.
extremely
Like I
niche.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to give $150 million budget to, and 150 million is very low compared to all the
For
MCU
MCU.
for
Yeah, yeah.
MCU. ठीक है?
That's true. That's true.
So you can't do that.
Um.
Then
Hmm.
there's Hawkeye, right? So Hawkeye, Hawkeye, obviously you can make an argument for a Hawkeye movie because they're doing a Black Widow movie. So
Is Hawkeye ka movie gonna focus on
show,
sorry,
huh?
the show gonna focus on what he was doing during Infinity War?
No, no. As far as I know, it's set after. It's basically like this
Ah,
is all from rumors and all. Like I don't know exactly, but
ah,
apparently it's basically gonna be him passing the mantle on to Kate Bishop.
okay,
So that makes sense in the
fine.
show. And then
I
there's
guess it makes sense in the show, but like I never thought Hawkeye was इतना important character that he needs like a proper send off and shit. I thought his send off in Endgame was fine. He wanted to spend time with his family.
huh.
He got his family back. That's cool.
Hmm,
If that sort of send off was dedicated to Black Widow, that would make sense. She is an extremely and
hmm,
far more important character than Hawkeye. To the
hmm.
point where I thought that Hawkeye was gonna die in
In the
Age of
scene in
Ultron.
an, huh, in Age of Ultron.
Not Endgame. I thought he
Nah,
was gonna
got it.
die in Age of Ultron.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Because I was
So
like,
they set it up like that. They kind of set
yeah,
it up like
because
that.
it was like, okay, Jeremy Renner is good as the character,
Huh.
but the place that this character occupies in this universe is like it can sustain without him.
I think the
Honestly,
reason they're going for the show is not like it's not exactly because like they feel a very specific need to give a send off. It's a mix of things. A, he's big enough to be relevant. Like people are gonna watch a Jeremy Renner show
part of
or a movie, right?
original Avengers, of course, he's
Yeah.
relevant
So
enough.
that's there. They know Jeremy Renner is bankable enough as that character that people are gonna tune in to watch a show. There's that, and there's story potential with how they ended with Endgame. Like they can still write off something for a send off.
I hope they can. So this was my second point about the TV shows,
Hmm.
is that I don't feel other than WandaVision
Hmm.
and maybe Loki. I don't see enough potential that these characters are gonna last a full 8 or 10 episodes. Even considering that the shows last one season, which I don't think they're going to. I have a very bad feeling that they're gonna get stuck in Arrowverse syndrome, where it's just going on and on and on and on and
I
on,
don't think so.
especially with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I hope
I
not.
don't
I
see how that's
yeah.
writing wise and story potential wise I'm talking. See,
Uh-huh.
the thing that will keep getting people back is their banter and their dynamic.
Yeah, yeah.
That these actors are too good, and regardless of what they write, that charm is going to be there. But story wise, I don't see how it's not going to be spread too thin. WandaVision I think is fine because she's a mysterious character,
Hmm.
he's kind of a mysterious character, and they have a dynamic which I see lasting enough while.
I
She
think
Hulk
so.
देखते
The
हैं,
so thing
hopefully
is
it
the
turns
way
out well.
they've talked about these shows is that they're treating them as movies only, just elongated movies. Be like I hope and I really wish that these are all just mini series. Like these are all just self-contained.
Yeah. If they were mini series, I'd be like, yeah, cool.
Because see,
But
they
they're
haven't confirmed, they haven't said that they're gonna do season two and all. The only show out of all of these, which kind of had hints that they're probably thinking of a second season or something, is Loki. That's the only one which there were rumors that they've already planned a second season or something like that. Other than
Mm.
that, and with Loki, I can see the potential for a couple of seasons or something because it's basically alternate reality stuff.
Loki is legit one series where I think the writing doesn't matter, only Tom Hiddleston matters. Even if the writing is bad, Tom Hiddleston is just gonna pull it off
Yeah.
amazingly. And the series will be good just because of him.
And the premise
Um
makes sense for multiple like episodes. Like it's just him going through different
yeah,
realities and doing shit.
he's God of Mischief. They have
Oh, really?
so much creative
God
potential
of
here.
mischief, bro. Oh, such
Dude, they
introspection.
have so much like creative potential here
Yeah.
because it's Loki. You can do whatever you want with him and it'll make sense for Loki show.
So yeah,
Uh
and the second rumor, there's another second rumor for Hawkeye that Florence Pugh, what's her last name?
Pew.
Florence
Like
Pugh,
PEW.
who is playing Yelena, basically Black Widow's sister in the Black Widow movie, that she's gonna return and sort of carry the mantle of Black Widow into Hawkeye and the future of the MCU, which Kevin Feige has hinted a lot at. That one
Hmm.
is also quite believable. Like Hawkeye and Black Widow had a
That
lot big history, so that can
I
happen.
think so that it does make sense given their history,
Hmm.
but that I feel entirely depends on how the Black Widow movie turns out, which
Yeah.
I am terrified for because it is the same writer as Captain Marvel.
Wait, really? Is there any
Yes.
co-writer? Come on, please tell me. मैं अभी search करने वाला हूँ.
I hope it's co-writer, but just the fact that that person is involved, I don't know who they are honestly, but it is the same writer. I am terrified.
Okay, wait. Screenplay by and story by these two people. ठीक है.
Yeah.
Story by these two people. So what have these two people done?
I don't think story is the same. I think screenplay
Yeah,
wale is the
story.
same.
Story. So one of the guys who did wait screenwriter. Okay, they're kind of mixing the terminology. So this one of the persons did the story for Captain Marvel. She's returning for the story, and the other person उसका विकिपीडिया बहुत खाली खाली दिख रहा है तो छोड़ो.
Yeah.
And the screenwriter did uh, he did a lot of uncredited work on Ant-Man, Homecoming, Infinity War, Endgame. That's there. Agent Carter he wrote. Oh wow, Thor Ragnarok is one of his writing credits. So that's
See,
something.
the things like see, Ant-Man was entirely Edgar Wright. I don't care who's uncredited.
Oh,
Ragnarok was entirely Taika Waititi. I don't care who's uncredited.
it doesn't matter
Uh,
if you care or not. Marvel movies, the way they work is like I've read interviews from a lot of uncredited writers on these. Like
uh,
these movies go through so much reiteration. Like you have no clue. Like not you, but like the viewers and the listeners, you guys have no clue the amount of iteration these movies go through. Like, of course, Taika Waititi ka thing, like it's completely Taika Waititi. You can see the change when they announced Ragnarok, how serious it was with the logo and all, and how the movie turned out. But yeah, for a person who's got uncredited works on like five major MCU movies as a
mhm.
screenwriter. Now here's the thing: Captain Marvel's story. Like we both kind of said in the last episode, one of the episodes that like we weren't fans of that movie of Captain Marvel. A story like there wasn't much story in Captain Marvel, but I think it was the script which we really didn't like more than anything else. Like there were other
Dude,
stuff.
honestly, almost everything.
Huh,
Even the
everything, yes.
direction was like completely
Direction was
bland. कुछ
bland. It
है
was very
नहीं.
bland.
Screenplay, okay, they were trying. They had some nice setup and
Huh.
payoff moments, but it didn't mean anything overall. They
Hmm.
had very little sense of character,
Hmm.
which shows because the when your supporting characters are more likable than your main character, that is a problem.
Yeah, and like, so this is gonna turn into a Captain Marvel thing, but that's more entertaining, so we're gonna stick with it. When I saw Brie Larson ka YouTube channel, take like when she started her YouTube channel, I was a little because I
Yeah.
haven't seen much of her works. Like I've seen a few, but yeah. So when I saw that she made her own channel, the first impression was, oh fuck, why? But then I watched the video, right? I watched
You
a few
have told me
videos.
this.
And I'm like,
Yes.
wait, she's really fun. She's really cool. Like I would like to hang out with her.
Oh yeah, I don't blame her one bit.
Huh. And
Because
then
if
how do you
even when I'm thinking about it, if you get a script and
huh.
the role you're playing is of a person who's meant to be emotionless and their whole character arc is that they have to embrace their emotions for their powers or whatever, so
Hmm.
original. Ki, if you're told ki 90% of the movie your character has to be emotionless, you're going to play it robotically.
Yeah.
It's the same reason I don't mind Kristen Stewart in Twilight.
Huh.
She was told to be that way. It's not her fault.
See, with Kristen Stewart and Twilight, there was still some emotion.
Was there?
There was, okay, ठीक है, it's cringy and all, but at least you feel a little for her, like if you watch it unironically, ठीक है, if you don't like watch it in the mood, चलो मजाक उड़ाते हैं. If you watch it
Hmm.
unironically, if you really watch it
हाँ,
seriously,
थोड़ा objectively देखो, I understand that that's there because
हाँ,
okay,
Captain
she's a
Marvel में it's not
teenager.
there.
She's kind of like, yeah, Captain Marvel में nothing is there. Captain Marvel is cat, fucking
Fucking
cat. I was so excited to like
learn about
know
the
how
history.
the eye thing of Nick
Yeah,
Fury, and it's like cat.
I
Our
laugh.
cats on our overlay will be better than that cat.
These cats, you
हाँ
mean?
चालू कर.
These cats, yeah, these are much better cats. And these cats know how to enjoy, okay, and give. We are laughing with the cats, not at the cats.
Yes. Um,
So there's that. So
I
yeah,
thought also very stupid move, Captain Marvel. Okay, yeah, no. We will do an entire Captain
yeah,
Marvel
we'll do
episode.
an
That would be
entire
like
episode.
5.5 घंटे का होगा वो episode, but yeah.
So yeah, okay, I
Okay.
think so. These two rumors. Let's see how it turns out.
Yeah.
The next one, and this is one that you, Madhav, you chose. Uh, Screen Rant wrote an article on Batwoman season 2, and they basically wrote why Batwoman season 2 needs to get over Kate Kane fast. And you've only seen the first episode, right? You've only seen the pilot
Yeah.
episode. I've seen
Yeah.
about half of season 1, I think. Uske baad I didn't watch, like, except the crossovers, obviously. It
You
got better
got
than the pilot. I'll say that it got better than the pilot. The pilot was very bad,
is that really saying much though?
like 20-30% better.
Con-
Utna nahi.
Considering what the pilot was.
Pilot was very
Because
weird.
so yeah, so for the viewers, I chose this story because I want to share my suffering about of watching this pilot. पहली बात 40 मिनट का एपिसोड है. Took
Hmm.
me 4 hours to watch it.
That's on you
uh
though.
no, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. When your shit is so boring and so cringy that I have to pause.
So why are you watching through it? Then don't go through it. No, agar 40 minute ka thing you can't
No, because
watch.
it is so bad things like this. Like this happened even with Cats, the movie.
I haven't
When
watched
it's
that
bad
yet.
shit like this, I feel like I have a
Installments mein
moral
lena hai.
obligation to myself that I have to finish it just so that I can be like, I finished this. I sat through this. Now I can face anything on this planet. And then 3 months later, another shittier thing will come out and the cycle repeats.
Yeah.
So
So
anyway,
yeah,
I saw this
Batwoman.
pilot of Batwoman. क्या बोलूं?
It was weird. It was so weird. I
Just
watched
the
it.
trailer itself. Do you remember the trailer where it's like your the
The
the savior of Gotham is here,
to the
and then here ka
trailers,
second E gets erased, and it's like the
hero.
hero
They,
is
they did the Captain
hurt.
Marvel thing, and I hated the trailer so bad. The episode itself wasn't as bad as the trailers. That's not saying much though, but still.
Sorry, just to interrupt you.
Hmm.
Hey, YouTube commenters. I know we are two guys. We are using our toxic masculinity to hate on women, and we are totally anti-woman, and we are totally pro-man. Fuck
This in quotes,
feminists.
by the way, because
Um,
there's gonna be some knucklehead who's gonna take this out of context. So
yeah,
yeah,
totally. Sure, quotes. Yeah.
sure,
Fuck
quotes.
feminism. Fuck women's rights. We should go back to the 1940s. Yes, continue.
Before you were born. If that
Yeah,
doesn't tell
sorry.
you how serious we are or we're not, then I really don't know what to
Yeah,
say.
I another reason I chose this article was because I love how Screen Rant is trying to analyze the story of Batwoman, and they're like, "Oh, for this to continue, this will need to happen
Okay,
because of
wait.
this, because of this."
Have you kept up with what's happened with the show? Like not in terms of the plot, but like in production
Only,
stuff.
only because I follow Ruby Rose's account because I think
Hmm.
she's very hot, but
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. So like
So
she
as
left the
far as
show.
yeah, so I'll tell you what, as far as I know, what happened. She left the show,
Hmm.
and then they cast someone else
Yeah.
as a new Batwoman, not as the same character, apparently.
Yeah, yeah. It's not the same character.
Yeah, it is someone. It's like Tim Drake and Damian Wayne playing
Yeah, yeah.
Robin.
Sort of. Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, and yeah. So my whole thing was, I love how Screen Rant, the height of journalism, is trying to analyze what the story needs to accomplish in order for the show to survive. There is so much wrong with that sentence, I can't begin to comprehend it.
See, I've liked like Screen Rant. I don't read as much. I used to read it a lot. Like I
Yeah.
like. Here's the thing. They're just doing their jobs. I'm really because I've been in that space. Okay, I've written online entertainment stuff and also
Ah, no,
I
no,
understand.
I understand, but like, we're going to make fun of you.
Yeah, that's also. So with that said, let's
I
make
the
fun of
the
you now.
the
So,
only yes, the only Screen Rant thing I like are the pitch meetings
oh,
on
I love
YouTube.
them.
Barely
So,
an inconvenience. Yeah.
can we recast the actress Berlin? So yeah, I saw the first like 4 or 5 episodes or something, and then the most I've seen is just from the crossovers. Take it.
Yeah.
Uh, so like I
Oh, she was included in the crossovers, kya?
yeah, like crossovers had everyone. You should watch
Oh,
Crisis. It's
wow.
super fun. Crisis Dekh. It's crazy fun. So
Hmm.
and they did stuff in Crisis that the DC movies, even when the DC movies will do, I'll still feel underwhelmed. Honestly, they did some really cool stuff in Crisis. So
Hmm.
Batwoman, right? So I just saw only on the crossovers, and then I just read the stories that she's leaving the show and all that,
Hmm.
and then I just saw okay they're getting a new actress for Batwoman. Okay, fine, cool. I'm not gonna watch the show anyway, but I'm just keeping in the know because I follow Arrow. Oh, sorry, Arrow to khatam ho gaya. I follow Flash, and Flash is
Yeah.
gonna stay for at least 2 3 seasons, I guess. Maybe 2 seasons at max. But still, Flash is here to stay. I like the crossovers. So that's that. That's why I just follow this. Because next time if she shows up in a
Hmm.
crossover, I'll at least know. थोड़ा बहुत पता रहेगा क्या हो रहा है, कौन है,
Yeah.
that
But
stuff.
yeah, so basically, Batwoman, bad show.
And they actually did some
Uh,
cool thing. Okay, what they did was I think it's season one का finale. ठीक है. So in the show, you know that they don't really show Bruce Wayne. Okay, they just refer him. They just show him in the newspapers, but they don't show his face and all. So season
hmm.
finale में there's Clayface. Clayface? I think it's Clayface. And Batwoman में जो villain है ना, her adopted sister or like, I think it's a real sister.
Alice
What Alice? Yeah,
in Wonderland.
yeah. So Alice. So knock off Harley Quinn. Alice Alice partners up with Clayface, and it's not Clayface. It's Husk. It's Husk. Yeah, there's Husk in the show. Not
Oh,
yeah, yeah. And
Husk or Hush?
Hush. Sorry,
Hush.
Hush. And Hush basically gets a face over, like a face do over, and he now has the face of Bruce Wayne. Take it. And they reveal it's a really cool plot point. Take it. I really like the plot point that he's like I didn't continue on with it. I didn't watch the season 2, but
Hmm.
they were just basically setting him up that Bruce Wayne is missing, the real Bruce Wayne. Hush is gonna, what's the word? Inter, what's the word when you pretend to be someone? That thing.
Impersonate.
He's gonna impersonate as Bruce Wayne and get into Kate Kane and all these people's lives. So that was a cool. And then Kate Kane leaves the show. So amazing.
um,
But
yeah,
yeah,
no. So again, my problem with that is also like, that was his whole character in the comics. कि he
yeah,
is Bruce Wayne sort of double. Arkham में भी उसको वही बना दिया
huh.
बेचारे को. And I'm like, do something else. Maybe impersonate Joker. Maybe impersonate Alfred. That would be better.
जोकर का तो listen, I don't even let's
I'll
not
tell
do
you,
Joker.
the Joker in Suicide Squad felt like Hush impersonating Joker. Uh,
I'd really love a retcon if they do that in like Zack Snyder's Justice League or something. Just like one scene, because they've only shot like one scene with Jared Leto, and he's like, "Oh, मैं Joker था ही नहीं, lol."
yeah, I wish that happens with this one also. Lex Luthor.
I mean, a lot of people kind of said that okay, that's not Lex Luthor, that's Lex Luthor Junior. It's
Yeah,
not
or
the
something
real
like that.
Lex
And I'm like,
Luthor.
it's
Yeah, it's
they're very much treating him like real Lex.
he's probably not gonna return
If they
anytime,
do,
so
if
that's
they
fair.
do, if they do get him back and they do reveal ki beta tha or whatever,
No, no, they've
the
said
Lex
it beta tha.
Luthor.
They've said that. That is confirmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, that's confirmed. It's Lex Luthor
Oh,
Junior.
wow.
There
Okay,
was
no, I was just saying ki cool fan casting for actual Lex Luthor would be Bryan Cranston.
that's the most popular fan casting ever.
Because it's true. He would be amazing as Lex Luthor. He already looks cool bald. Done. हो गया आधा character उधर.
DC, इसको casting director बनाओ.
But yeah, so basically back to point, Batwoman, bad show. Only reason we wanted to pick this is because मेरे को
Yeah,
vent
he wanted
करना
to
था.
vent a little bit.
Uh,
Next.
yeah.
Let's pick more stuff to vent over, right? So Disney Plus. Now, very amazing segues, right? So Disney
I
Plus.
know.
So Disney Plus is working on some more live action remakes of classic animated cartoon, like animated franchises and characters. So which ones are they remaking?
There is Cruella, which is the 101 Dalmatians
Mm-hmm.
wali villain. There is Wendy from Peter Pan.
Yeah.
There is Pinocchio, and there is one more. Let me just open that page. Yeah, Cruella, Peter Pan, and Wendy.
Hmm.
Peter Pan and Wendy is one movie, and then Pinocchio is one movie. So the news is basically that they're putting these all out on Disney Plus.
Hmm.
But what we wanted to talk about was just the one thing Disney has been under fire for the past like 3 years. Why live action remakes? Number one, and why on these characters? Okay,
See,
listen.
the thing is, there's this thing that Disney really likes. Okay, not just Disney, but a lot of other studios. Can you guess?
Attention.
Money.
Yeah, I know. I was being
That's more
sarcastic.
important. That's
Yeah,
attention doesn't matter if it doesn't generate money. Okay,
yeah.
like these
That's
movies, this news is gonna generate attention. We're talking about it, but if it doesn't make
like,
money,
dude.
that's the
At least, okay. See, here's the thing. Say what you want about the live action remakes. I at least see why Disney made it. They're like,
hmm.
okay, this is nostalgic. We will remake it, play on the nostalgia, and
Yeah,
get money. Okay.
yeah.
I don't know one person who's nostalgic about Cruella de Vil. She was a bitch for what she did to those dogs.
Yeah,
And I don't care. Nobody wants to see her on screen. I don't care if she's played by Helena Bonham Carter, another amazing fan casting.
yeah.
But I don't care if she's played by her. Nobody, who the fuck wants to see an entire movie related to her just because Maleficent worked? No. Firstly, number one, it didn't. Number two, it's Cruella de Vil, man. Who cares? Show me puppers, 101 Dalmatians. I want to see 101 Dalmatians, 101 doggos on screen live action.
I am 100% sure they'll show you that in the marketing, and then they won't be in the movie.
And then they won't be in the movie.
Yeah,
It'll be like Anil Kapoor in Mission Impossible 4, where he
ticky
was
ticky ticky
in the
tack.
in the whole marketing. It was like Anil Kapoor new character. Anil Kapoor, oh, gonna be amazing. He was in it for 5 minutes, in which he got beat up by Paula Patton after being horny Indian businessman. His phone comes on a thali.
It's like the exterior shot. ठीक है, वो लोग बस mansion दिखा रहे, expensive cars. So like, wait, we've never seen India on film like this, and then they go interior. Oh wait, never mind.
Never mind. Yes.
But yeah, Disney Plus. So okay, which have you liked the live action remake movies?
Take a wild guess, buddy.
You know what? I haven't seen Jungle Book, the John Fabry one. I've heard good things,
Jungle
but I
Book
haven't seen it.
was, yeah, Jungle Book was still nice. I like it.
I haven't seen it yet, but वो देखना है. I saw क्या क्या बनाया उन्होंने. I saw Aladdin. I remember that. What other
Aladdin,
ones?
Beauty and the Beast.
Didn't watch that.
There was Lady and the Tramp, which I don't think even the people who made the movie watched it.
Yeah.
Of course, there was Dumbo, and
Mhm.
the one and only fucking Lion King.
Yeah, Dumbo, I think it flopped. I'm guessing it flopped.
Dumbo, I'm sure it flopped.
Huh.
Beauty and the Beast made a lot of money.
Lion King made a lot of money also, no?
Yes, Lion King. They both hit 1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah. Lion King, I saw the trailers. I didn't see the movie because, like, why would I? Fuck
Good,
off. Please don't.
good.
I don't want to watch that shit. Apparently,
Yeah.
they're making a sequel also, but what? Who the fuck? Who the
What?
fuck cares? ऐसे कोई comment करेगा, bro, 1 billion कमाया, people care. No, people don't
No,
care.
nobody
People were
cares.
just
People care
curious
about
to
the
see what it
original
is.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, people care about the original one. And what the fuck? Wait, they're making a sequel?
Apparently, there was some rumor or something. I don't know
Oh
if it was
my
a rumor or a
god.
news. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why?
So here's my thing, right? This is what I was saying. Ki, okay, you remake the original movie. It still, in a very evil way, makes sense why you would do that. Why
In a
would you
evil way.
care? Yeah, because that's what Disney is at this point.
Corporate overlord Disney.
Why do I care about a side character? Like it's Peter Pan and Wendy now. No, the movie is Peter Pan, and then Wendy and the boys and all were like separate characters. They were supporting
Yeah.
characters. Why is it Peter Pan and Wendy now? Why are you including her like
Because
in the title and trying to make her a main character and shit?
because retconning and nostalgia.
Retconning? I don't think they're
There's
retconning
retconning.
anything.
It is retconning. If you're taking a well-known material, you're making changes to it. Like I'm not. They can get away with anything, right? They can just say, "Oh, it's a different version," or it's set after the movie, or whatever. They can do stuff like that. But you are essentially retconning a lot of shit. That's even like Aladdin remake, right? Like I haven't seen much of the Disney remake movies, but I saw Aladdin remake and I remember it. They changed a few things from the animated movie, right? That is like not saying that the original movies are still there. If you can just go and watch them, but it's for a very whole new generation. It is the first time they're gonna watch these characters and these
Actually,
properties.
yeah, you're right.
So if you're watching the Aladdin remake for the first time, that's your first introduction to the
like if
world.
you're like a 6-year-old now,
Yeah.
For you, that is pretty much the definitive version of Aladdin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean you are right. They for a whole new generation, this is gonna be the definitive versions.
And for their sake, I hope they like like we're not really big on they're doing it, but
they watch the original movies also
I hope
first.
if you're doing this, do it right. थोड़ा अच्छा बनाओ. अगर कर ही रहे हो, you've already committed like $100 million budgets, so at least do it right.
Yeah, at least like okay, I get money is nice. And you can do whatever you want at this point. You're like a fucking empire. Thoda to something nice, something good, please. The only thing that's what I'm saying. The only thing nice about the Lion King remake was that I got to hear Beyonce sing in IMAX. That's it.
I haven't seen the Lion King remake. I don't intend to watch it.
Oh, and Timon and Pumbaa. You know why? Because they weren't bound by the script. Timon and Pumbaa were nice because it was a good casting. Also, Seth Rogen for Pumbaa, very good.
Yeah.
And they were told ki just improv. And it was good.
I saw a few clips like the ad spots. This like they show a little bit of the scenes and all. Those look fine.
But yeah,
Chalo.
so yeah, basically Disney's, we already thought they were ridiculous with what they were doing. Now they're getting even more ridiculous, focusing on fucking side characters and trying to make them main characters. Dude, it's
Yeah.
not gonna work.
Yeah. And talking about nostalgia, nostalgic properties that we love that are getting beaten to the pulp these days, Harry Potter. Uh, and so the next news, it's not much of a news. It's just that so Chris Columbus did some interview recently, and Chris Columbus, who directed the first two, right, the first two Harry
Yeah,
Potter movies,
yeah,
Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, and I love those movies. Love all of the movies.
all of them.
So he was asked like whether he would have liked to return for the last two movies, and he said, "Yeah, I would have loved to return," but he also said that he liked David Yates, what David Yates did with the like the last four movies or something. He directed that last four
Last
movies
four, he
or
even
five.
directed the two Fantastic Beasts movies.
हाँ वो तो at that point it was just a
So
money making
that's
kind of thing. Fuck that.
yeah, he so David Yates has done Order of Phoenix, Half Blood
हाँ
Prince, and both the Deathly
वो Deathly
Hallows.
Hallows, yeah.
So what we wanted to talk more about was ki okay, our love for the current movies, obviously,
Hmm.
uh, love all of them. Prisoner of Azkaban was the best, I felt,
Hmm.
in the movies, and yeah. So what more we wanted to talk about was what would the last two have been like
Hmm.
had Chris Columbus actually directed it.
Yeah.
My very obvious take on this is ki, according to me, Chris Columbus, seeing what he's done in the past and all, also, he's a very somber director.
Hmm.
Even if you see the first two movies, relatively, they're very somber. They're kind of calm
Yeah.
compared to all the shit that unleashes third movie onwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think it would have fit
Because
Deathly
even
Hallows.
tonally the books like this one thing like J.K. Rowling abhi to we like there's no point in talking
Fuck
about
her.
her but fuck it.
Yeah.
But like credit where credit's due with her writing talent and all, at least pehle. So
Pehle,
one
pehle.
thing she did really well was that she understood that as she was writing the books that her audience is growing with the books, and throughout the series she started slowly
Yeah,
introducing more
exactly. The
mature
story
themes.
matures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more mature themes, more darker themes, and it never feels unnatural because like the story progression is very natural in that sense, and the movie also did a pretty decent job. Like I think Prison of Azkaban is where it kind of started getting because like they were teenagers in that movie.
Yeah.
And then Goblet of Fire was quite adventurous, but then Order of Phoenix, when David Yates came in, it just took a very, uh, like very sharp turn. Like not in a
Yeah.
bad way. I liked it. Like it
Yeah, in a
was
good way
needed
only.
in a
So
good way.
like so see, while Deathly Hallows Part 2 is obviously the more action packed of the last two,
Hmm.
um Chris Columbus's direction style doesn't really fit because Chris Columbus is more um how do you say it? He's not as visually creative, I feel.
Hmm.
uh he's a better character director in that
Huh.
he understands characters very well and he can bring that out very well, uh harkening back to Home Alone and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And he has this very, like kind of a, what do you say? Like what you would call a Christmas movie kind of a
Yeah,
vibe and tonality
exactly.
he
Where
brings, which is
yeah
very
where
welcoming, very warm,
yeah,
that kind of
exactly,
thing.
it's very warm, whereas the last two movies are cold as shit.
And I'm going
Like,
through his IMDb and I forgot he did Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
yeah, and see how that turned out.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out well. So good, in a sense, good that he didn't direct, because the
Hmm.
second one very action packed,
Yeah.
doesn't fit his direction style, and when the first one, not as action packed, was very dark,
Very dark.
very dark, and that also doesn't fit his direction style because David Yates visually just went nuts. He's
Yeah.
like, this is a magic series, I can do whatever I want, and he did. He fucking embraced
And
it and it was good.
the last two books. So I read. So what happened was um, it's funny story. A small side this thing. So
Hmm.
my parents got me the Harry Potter books. Okay, so I kind of grew up with the books and movies kind of together, right? So I
Hmm.
watched all the movies like till Order of Phoenix. Is when, like Order of Phoenix, I remember coming out in theaters and watching in theaters. But I hadn't
Yeah.
read any of the books. I had all of them, didn't read any of them. Right. Order of Phoenix dekha, and I was a little confused because I think I was quite young for that movie. Like, इतना politics वगैरह क्या हो
Mm.
रहा है? I don't understand.
Yeah, Ministry of Magic and
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm like, get back to the magic tricks.
Yeah. And then the next year, I remember, or whatever, 2 years later, Half Blood Prince came out. I didn't
Hmm.
watch it in theaters. It was at that point I picked up Deathly Hallows. Okay, me being stupid as fuck, I picked up Deathly Hallows
Ooh.
book. Okay, now
Yeah.
मैं start किया, and in the first like preamble, not even a chapter, like the this thing like Dumbledore is gone, Voldemort has returned. This thing, like wait, Dumbledore's gone? क्या? कब?
Oh my God.
So I went back, read Half Blood Prince,
What? Yeah.
then watched Half Blood Prince. Then I understood all that, and like I didn't care too much at that time. Very young, so spoilers को उतना था नहीं.
Yeah, of
And
course.
then leading up to Deathly Hallows movies, I read up all the books, read up Deathly Hallows. So Deathly Hallows is the only book which I read before the movie came out, before watching the movie.
Same. I had also seen till Half Blood Prince in theaters,
Hmm.
and then I picked up the books.
Yeah,
And before Deathly Hallows, I'm like, I should maybe finish this series.
yeah. And Deathly Hallows, the movies are really well adapted from the books. Like because बीच
Very
में,
well. They pick exactly what to show. Because see,
yeah.
when you're adapting from a book, you have to cut out stuff. You just have to cut out stuff. There is
Hmm.
no workaround. And they picked exactly the right things to keep and exactly the right things to cut out.
Yeah,
I
because I
felt.
think um, Order of Phoenix and Half Blood Prince are very
They're
massive
the yeah,
books.
Order of Phoenix is the
It's
biggest
the
book.
biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, उसमें I remember reading in the book. There's like you remember nearly headless Nick,
Huh.
वो जो अपना सर ऐसे
Huh.
करता है. Apparently he has like a birthday party and shit
Yeah.
in Order of Phoenix, and I'm like,
ये कहाँ था?
I don't remember that in the movie.
Yeah, those
But
in
yeah,
the towards the
good they like
middle,
cut it out. David
they
Yates is a good director. He
I
is.
think they realized like David जब क्या बोलते हैं, because Half Blood Prince, I'm not a big fan of that movie. It just feels very, I don't know, whelming. I guess like it doesn't feel overwhelming. It
It's
doesn't feel
yeah.
underwhelming.
It is a very so you know how okay. So imagine if Deathly Hallows Part One ka pacing was even slower.
Yeah.
That is what Half Blood Prince was. And
Yeah.
while I agree it's not the most exciting movie, it was very necessary.
Half Blood Prince, the book is I
Not
like the
just talking
book.
about huh.
I like the book way more than the movie. Half Blood Prince. I because book
I
में
can say that.
it's
Yeah.
very like क्या बोलते हैं, lore focused. Half Blood Prince का story where it's basically the whole book is them trying to find out more about Voldemort's past. ठीक है.
Yeah.
And in the book, it's basically you're reading a story within a story essentially. In the
Yeah.
movie, like not literally. I'm not saying that they're reading a story. I'm saying just him and Dumbledore's adventures in the pensive. That thing.
In the yeah.
In the movie, it just comes across as the people are just talking. It kind of comes across
Yeah,
like that.
because I felt because they had so much to show,
Yeah.
but not enough time to show it, so they couldn't give proper screen time. And while I get ki I know the base argument here is ki you cut out the whole party and the ball or whatever was happening, and you
Hmm.
just keep it Voldemort focused. And I'm like, but then the characters become boring
Yeah.
because they're just doing one thing throughout the entire franchise. They have been balancing this Voldemort story with growing up and being just high school students.
Hmm.
You can't just eliminate that from a movie.
Yeah.
In Deathly Hallows you do that, it still makes sense because that's the final one that has to be laser focused.
Hmm.
But even in Half Blood Prince, which is sort of penultimate whatever, you kind of have to do it because you can't just have a movie be like, oh, Voldemort, 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 Voldemort.
Yeah.
You have to have that kind of thing, and that's where they kind of, I thought, they didn't as properly balance it as they balanced Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
But
And
it's still
like,
a good movie and very necessary movie, very very necessary movie.
yeah, yeah. Like I like what David Yates did with the Deathly Hallows movies, because those movies, the last two movies, were almost exactly what I had in mind when I was reading the books. The
Ah,
book.
okay. Hmm.
It felt like a very well, like, this is exactly what I imagined
This is,
when I
yeah.
read the books. That's a good
Also
feeling.
because what the movies have been leading up to, even if you just ignore the books
Hmm.
and just focus on movies, it is very well earned. Each and everything that happens is very well earned. The payoff is satisfying.
Yeah.
Even down to McGonagall saying, I've always wanted to do that. That was awesome.
I liked some additions, some small like little changes they did in the movies. Like, because they had to, because in the books they have started setting up a lot of things way earlier than the movies. Like,
Yeah,
it's really, even though Half Blood Prince is the basically the setup book or the setup movie for the finale,
for the finale.
there's a lot of things that even fucking the first book, right, when uh, Harry's on the train with Ron and he gets the first chocolate frog, and it's a Dumbledore's chocolate frog collectible, and on the back
Yeah.
there's a backstory of Dumbledore, and they mention
Mhm.
Grindelwald in the backstory in the book, but obviously you don't show
Oh
that in the
yeah,
movie and all.
she. I mean,
Yeah,
okay. Say what you want about her. What she has accomplished with this whole series is fucking phenomenal.
yeah.
The
I still
entire
like,
backstory is planned. Everything is just there. She's really, really thought about it, and it's got to a point where, till date, people are finding connections that,
yeah,
whether or not they were intentional, they're there,
yeah, yeah.
which is really, really cool.
Mm.
Now, yeah, let's not talk about J.K. Rowling more.
Yeah, talking about projects that we don't really look back on well, Joss Whedon. Uh, no, it's you know what, Linus Tech Tips. Linus makes it really easy, like the segues, but थोड़ा सोचना पड़ता है.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Linus Sebastian, you are a god of segues.
just like our sponsor, a god. So, Joss Whedon recently left a project he was creatively tied with. And what's the project? Which project did he leave?
It's called The Nevers. It's an HBO sci-fi show which he has really been involved in and he's been working on tirelessly. And apparently, he was working on so tirelessly that he has now exited the show, stating reasons that I was
Tired.
terribly exhausted. Now, wait, we will get to
Yeah.
the second part of the story later. For now,
Hmm.
let's just discuss this. So, um, I mean, so here's the thing. I kind of think Joss Whedon is thoda sa on a decline,
Hmm.
considering what he did with Age of Ultron
Yeah.
and the infamous
That movie.
that
The other
movie,
superhero movie,
uh, the other superhero movie, which was
which
an
hasn't released yet,
ensemble,
by the way, which hasn't
which was
really
an
released yet. Like अगले साल
yeah,
आ
which
रहा है.
hasn't released yet. There's some other sniper cut or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like the Mandela effect. Like, but Justice League, ये तो देखा है. नहीं देखा है तूने, नहीं देखा है. This is
नहीं
the
नहीं
new
अभी
one.
तक नहीं देखा है तूने, अब तक
नहीं देखा
देखा नहीं है तूने, समझा
है.
क्या? So yeah, so he apparently was really involved with this project. It was basically like David Fincher and Mindhunter,
Hmm.
what type of situation. And I have no idea what the show is about. I just know it's sci-fi or whatever.
Hmm.
And he was apparently working so tirelessly. He's like, I'm kind of exiting the show because I'm way too tired.
Yeah.
You wanna say the second part of this story?
Yeah. So Ray Fisher. Wait, my voice. Yeah, it's fine. So
That's
Ray
fine.
Fisher, he so he
Cyborg from Justice League, for those who
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
So he played Cyborg in Justice League, which is a movie yet to come, and he has been he has been going against Joss Whedon. He's been speaking up against Joss Whedon and Warner Brothers, the older Warner Brothers higher ups, for many months now. So he claims that now that all the NDAs, a lot of the NDAs are like ending. I guess that's the term. Like because when they were shooting the movie, when they were shooting Justice League, obviously a lot of details were kept under wraps, and actors couldn't speak out on them. But now that the
Obviously.
Snyder Cut is coming out and all that, he has come up and said that Joss Whedon had very engaged in very abusive behavior on set, and he was enabled by some higher ups at DC, which were Jeff Johns and I think Walter Hamada was also there, who was the chief of DC back then. No. Walter Hamada is the chief of DC now. Sorry, not Walter Hamada. He's doing good stuff. The previous guy, I'm forgetting the name. So
Hmm.
that's his claim that on sets of the reshoots of Justice League, which Joss Whedon directed, those weren't handled well. Tensions were really high on set, and you can actually see a bit of that, like not just with the
It is
story and all.
very clear in the movie.
No, I'm not
This
saying
was
about
not
the
a very happy production.
yeah. Like even the biggest, like the most apparent moment is in the end when they beat the parademons and all, and they're kind of celebrating, right? And Cyborg says "Booyah." That's his catchphrase, and he's just saying it. You can see that हाँ उसको director ने बोला है कि हाँ action line बोल cut.
Okay, you're in frame, say the line, okay, cut.
Yeah,
Fuck.
like he says "Booyah." जल्दी कट कर मेरे को निकलना है set से. He just
There was more emotion in the thing saying clobbering time in the two Fantastic Four movies. The Jessica Alba wale.
it's
Even the
clobbering
toy,
time.
you remember the toy? That
Yeah.
says the catchphrase in more emotion than this fucker said booyah. So yeah, so
So
the reason we picked this story is because Rahul, my friend, is very, very, very passionate about the workings of Justice League, and he's
yeah,
very involved in Justice League. So,
yeah.
um, so yeah, basically we didn't. So now here's the thing. Up had you told me this before Justice League came out
Hmm.
that Whedon did all this, I would have been like, "Fuck you, Whedon is good. He's not gonna do this."
Yeah.
Now that I've seen Justice League and I see all the changes he made and I see what was originally planned and what he changed and all, I really wouldn't put it past him.
Hmm.
And knowing what I know about the WB executives, I really wouldn't put it past him. Ki, that's what I'm saying, that
So
I
here's
really
the
think
first part.
he's
ठीक
on
है.
a bad decline. Yeah.
So the narrative till now, at least in my head, like till now, as in a few months back, till a few months back, was that Snyder had left the project because of
Hmm.
reasons, and they were scrambling to get the November release date. So they ordered reshoots. We know that Whedon rewrote some 90 pages or something like that. So basically,
Yeah.
70% of a 2 hour movie, not the 4 hour cut that he had made by that he had showed to the
Yeah.
executives. So basically, the theatrical cut you've seen, like some 80% or something, is new footage. Okay, and even the old footage is heavily re-edited, reshot, recontextualized. So it's a completely different thing. Now, it turning out bad, okay, Justice League 2017 turning out bad made sense, and I didn't really blame Whedon too much at that point because like I thought it was more of WB. They put the
Yeah.
strain on
Yeah.
him, and like any director would,
Same. That's what I felt
yeah.
also.
Like when you have like what 6 months to shoot, edit, do VFX, and release it, it's crazy.
Yeah, dude, just taking up another director's entire project is
Yeah,
not an easy gig, especially
yeah.
when you're working for WB. It's not easy.
And especially like Justice League, you can see exactly which scenes are reshot. Like if you just look closely enough, you
Oh,
can see
very clearly. It is
even the
so clear,
writing.
man.
You can see exactly what they were trying to do. But
Yeah.
now, after Ray Fisher has come out and said this stuff, now the narrative is different. Now the narrative is not that WB put stress on Whedon and Whedon when stressed, like he couldn't perform well, like on
Rather,
set.
they enabled his bad behavior in the first place.
Yeah, and that like some of it I can kind of tie into the previous one that okay, he was very stressed. He was on set. Like Ray Fisher is a new actor. You have to keep that in mind also. New actor as in it's his first feature film. He's done theater stuff before, but this is his first major feature film.
First,
So
yeah, understood.
so I can understand that as a new actor, maybe he perceived certain things differently from what they were. That's also possible.
Possible. That is also
Possible.
very possible.
But then he's also gotten support from एक तो the main person is ये Aquaman, James Momoa. James Momoa has been very vocal. Like Ray Fisher has been
Jason.
the most vocal, but Jason has been very supportive of the Snyder Cut from the start. And then
Yeah.
the other actors also came in. Now that they're doing it, they've been very
Yeah,
supportive.
that's what for me made me believe that okay, this is Whedon is shady because
Hmm.
everyone started saying it.
Yeah,
And
and
knowing these people, they're not the types to jump on a bandwagon. They really
yeah,
have their own career paths and stuff that they don't need to jump on a bandwagon.
yeah. And Whedon has had a lot of allegations before that. I didn't know much about it, but after reading through these things and going deeper into it, he's had some other allegations also of bad behavior, abusive behavior on set from on Buffy, on some of his older projects and shit. So
Hmm. Hmm.
that puts some more evidence behind this. So hopefully, here's the thing, right? Ultimately, there's a investigation going on in Warner Bros. Right now. So Ray Fisher said that it's because of the investigation that Whedon left this new project, right?
To
Because
cover up his on-set behavior or something.
I guess, or like at this point, because Whedon has been very silent. His representatives have just said the generic stuff. Ki, we don't have anything to comment on this thing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and whatever they have said, it's been refuted by uh, Ray Fisher with some like very not evidence, but some very bold claims. Ki, no, you can see the records ऐसा hua tha and all that stuff. So we still
Yeah.
don't know the full picture, but at least the Snyder Cut is coming. So whatever happened,
Yeah, that everything related to fucking Justice League is to say, okay, Snyder Cut is coming. Yeah, this thing was bad, but Snyder Cut is coming.
dude, I'm just happy that like even, I remember when I watched Justice League 2017 theater में देखा था and the
Hmm.
scenes which are Snyder का scenes ठीक है very few but the scenes which are Snyder का scenes even those felt very badly shot, badly colored and everything and I was like ठीक है Jaws का scenes I can understand they didn't have time they changed cameras they changed from film to digital for the reshoots so that's
Oh,
part of
really?
it yeah we didn't shot the
Dang.
reshoots in digital so
Fuck that.
yeah, so like that's also part of the reason why the film has so much film grain. Because एक तो they
Hmm.
recolored it, they overexposed it in the post, which like it wasn't meant to be that bright. Like they had shot for a certain range of color, certain range of brightness, and all that shit. So that's there. So even Snyder ka scenes, I felt like, why does this look weird? Like Snyder does say what you will, Snyder ka shots like he plans out everything really meticulously. So like,
That's true. So because he is, and this I have always felt this about him. He is an excellent visual
yeah,
director. I don't think he's a storyteller,
yeah, he's not like his
which
story
is fine
is fine.
because he kind of knows it,
Yeah, he knows
and
it.
which is why he does only like really visually appealing stuff.
Yeah. And then Justice League, when I saw his scenes also, I was very weirded out. Like, Snyder wouldn't have shot it like this. Even if he did, like, why does it look ugly? Why does it look like uncomposed? It doesn't look like he
Mhm.
worked with a cinematographer and he storyboarded shit. And we know he
Like
storyboards
some of
everything.
the, yeah, legit, some of the shots actually look cropped.
Yeah, yeah, it does. And then now we know they were cropped.
They were, yeah, and it's like, who are you fooling, buddy? I mean, ठीक है, अपन लोग फिल्म मेकिंग में है तो
Huh.
समझ में आता है, but like, yeah.
God. So, like, fuck it. Can't really say much. But now, yeah, they're shooting
Uh,
Snyder Cut curry
but yeah,
shoots.
Snyder Cut is happening.
Snyder
Yay!
Cut is happening. Really happy. We'll see it next year whenever it comes out. Next project,
Yes.
and this one kind of links back to Snyder Cut, sort of. The Flash movie. So, Flashpoint, the Flash movie. We don't have an official name yet, but we know it's gonna follow Flashpoint to some extent. So, Flash, the feature film is coming out in 2022. So they're gonna start shooting sometime next year. And there've
Hmm.
been so we know at this point that they're following Flashpoint and they're gonna bring back Michael Keaton as a like as Batman from the Batman '89 movie. So we from the little we know that what's his name, Barry Allen, he fucks up something in the timeline like he does in the comic, and he ends up in an alternate reality with Michael Keaton's Batman. So that's cool. Now a new rumor kind of came up, and this I don't really put much thought behind it, but it sounds credible enough that Linda Carter might reprise her role as Wonder Woman for a cameo or something.
Linda
Now,
Carter, just to clear up,
yeah,
was the original Wonder Woman, which
yeah,
came in the 70s, I think.
yeah, and she's coming back as Wonder Woman apparently. Now that makes sense because like obviously she's not gonna come back as Wonder Woman for like a major role or something. This is still a Flash movie
It'll just be a
cameo. Yeah,
side.
cameo or just a reference or something like that. Uh, I'm cool with that. Because at this point, since DC is going full on multiverse, I'm like, karo, jo ichha karo. Like,
Karo, yeah,
give me the crazies.
I'm just praying. Again, with Flashpoint,
Yeah,
you have so much creative potential.
yeah,
If they don't do something completely unexpected, I want them to just, fuck the comics. I don't care if you're adapting them.
mm,
Fuck the comics. Do your own shit. Have Robin be the next Green Arrow or something. I don't know. कुछ तो ऐसा पागल चीज करो. You have creative potential. You're doing Flashpoint.
yeah.
Anything you do will be justified because it's Flashpoint.
That,
Have Superman turn out to be Lois Lane's grandma or something. Please.
either the Walter Hamada, the head of DC, is watching us. Note that down. Note that.
Hey, you fucker. If that happens to be in the movie, we want our 1%. Okay?
This unsolicited script advice. थोड़ा चाहिए. But yeah, with the Flash movie now, did you watch the DC?
Animated one?
No. They did abhi jab DC fandom event where they showed the Justice League and Batman ka trailer and all that.
Oh, yeah, no. I just saw all the trailers once they came on
Huh.
YouTube. I didn't see the event.
Yeah, so WBDC they held a basically virtual Comic Con essentially, where they had panels from different movies, different producers, a lot of behind the scenes people, and they had this panel where it was Walter Hamada, who is basically DC's Kevin Feige. They had the showrunner of the CW shows. I'm forgetting the name, blanking on him. He was there, and a couple of other important people, and they were all talking. There was a whole segment dedicated to the multiverse, and they were full on accepting ki, you know what, we have gone, like we are accepting that at this point all of these movies exist in their own continuities that to everyone knows, but we are opening the doors to the multiverse. So we're acknowledging ki TV ka Flash is also existing, movie ka Flash is also existing, and they also meet up in
That'll
the
be cool.
crossover. Have you didn't watch Crisis? No, but
Oh, yeah. Ezra Miller comes as Flash, no? Or something?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I remember that.
the
Yeah.
TV Barry Allen meets Ezra Miller, so which was basically the first confirmation ki yeah, the like when the TVs were doing Crisis, it's not that like, because in the Crisis show they say no ki like sari universe tabah ho rahe hai, we have to save our universe, there's only going to be one universe and all that shit. So
Yeah.
most people had assumed ki haan, theek hai, still the movies are different, the movies are set aside. When they say thousands of universe, they mean thousands except the movies. But now it's confirmed that yeah, they all have sort of a unified continuity.
Yeah.
ठीक है, where they can still do anything they want, but like they can link up to each other, which is very important to the Flash. Like he's the main gateway. Both Flashes on the TV show, on the movies, they're gonna be the gateways for any crossovers and all, because they're the only ones who have the power to go through the multiverse. So Linda Carter showing up as Wonder Woman, I'd really love that. Like that would be really cool. I really like what they've done with. So did you know in the shows, they've taken old actors from the older CW shows like Smallville. So Smallville में some
Yeah. I
actors who had
remember.
played certain characters, they have returned for a lot of the CW shows as supporting characters.
Hmm.
It's very fun. Like it was Smallville में the person who played Lois Lane, she plays Kara's mom in Supergirl.
Ah.
Yeah, so like it's really fun, like connections. Like if you've
I
seen the older
like that.
shows,
I sort of like this idea
Hmm.
that even Marvel is kind of doing now, where they
They're getting
get
into
the
it.
old actor to reprise the role. They did it with J. Jonah Jameson.
They're doing
Uh,
with
Now
Electro.
they're doing with Electro, and of course the theory that the other two Spider-Men might come back.
Hmm.
Holy shit! If that happens, I'll just be the happiest. Oh my
It'll be
god.
like r/, Remy memes will just the son of a bitch is dead.
That and Doctor Strange 2 turning out to be Spider-Man 4. Like, you know that's going to happen. That is going to happen, and Bruce Campbell is going to have an amazing cameo in it. Um,
Kevin Feige
so,
looking at Spider-Man costume in the set of Doctor Strange. What's
dude,
that?
the
Sam Raimi just
memes,
going, nothing, a smoothie?
yeah, dude, the memes are insane. If
Yeah.
anyone browses Reddit, just look for these memes of Raimi telling Kevin Feige ki, yeah, Doctor Strange 2, but in actually he's making Spider-Man 4. So yeah, so that is there. Linda Carter reprising her role, pretty cool.
Hmm.
Obviously she was Wonder Woman. She'd still be a good Wonder Woman.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, my main thing is ki just Flashpoint just needs to be super duper creative with what they do and not stick to the comics.
Yeah. They
They really
haven't even
shouldn't
said
at this
that
point.
they're gonna have a Reverse Flash at all. Like, we don't know whether Reverse Flash is involved in the story. But dekhte
Hmm.
hain, we'll see. And our final story of the day is also related to
The
Flashpoint.
best story, the best we have
We
saved
saved
for
saved
last.
the best for the
So
last.
so so we know that Linda Carter is might be reprising her role,
Hmm.
but there is another Yoda
Yoda,
meme. There is
Yoda.
another uh, who is not confirmed,
Yeah.
but they have given some news on whether or not they're gonna reprise their role, and it is the best Batman ever. No, it is not Christian Bale. No, it is not Michael Keaton. George motherfucking Clooney. He has not said anything. I will read out
Yeah.
the quote which he said in the interview.
Hmm.
He has said that um, while he said that Keaton suiting up again is fantastic, he told Empire that, quote, it's funny. You'll notice they didn't call me. Somehow I didn't get that call. They did not ask for my nipples. Listen, there are certain things you never know. This one I know. Laughs. So, if in Flashpoint or in any movie for that matter, if George Clooney reprises his role, I am just saying I will be a very happy and satisfied person in life. I'm saying this being all calm and shit. I know I'm going to go nuts in the theater. As I did with J. Jonah Jameson, as I'm
Yeah.
going to probably if Linda Carter comes back, or if OG Peter Parker comes back for
Hmm.
Spider Man 4. Sorry, Doctor Strange 2.
Doctor Strange,
Uh,
Doctor Strange 2.
so yeah, we have saved this for last because we all know Batman and Robin is the best Batman movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Hands down, obviously, right?
that's an
Um,
objectively correct fact.
Yes, totally. That's not. Yeah, this is an opinion which is objectively the truth.
Yeah, yeah. There's only
Um,
one in the universe, and this one is it.
and this one is it, of course. So yeah, if George Clooney reprises, what are your thoughts on this? I have to know.
I'd love it. Uh, here's what they're doing, right? So, and this kind of links with what they've done in the TV shows with the Flash, because in the Flash they've also played with time travel, alternate universe, and all that stuff. So, like in Crisis, they got some actors to reprise their roles. So they got the guy who played Robin in the Adam West show. He returned
Hmm.
for a cameo. They
Oh,
got,
nice.
yeah, they've done a lot of like cool cameos in the shows. So
Yeah.
here we know that this movie is gonna follow Barry Allen and Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne mostly. That's what
Hmm.
we know till now. Like, we don't know how big of a role Michael Keaton will have. Now, two things can happen. A, like, I'm guessing the easiest way to do George Clooney and Linda Carter is like Flash is just traveling through different timelines. Like he's having some sort of
And
a
he
weird
comes
moment.
across one where
He
they're
comes
super
across
old.
one, and he just sees like George Clooney का Batman and weird shit, zany shit all over that universe. Like, ये क्या दुनिया है? क्या हो क्या रहा है इधर? Fuck, let me fuck off. Some shit like that.
No, it can be Linda Carter about
Yeah.
to go down on George Clooney, and he has a flashback to Justice League में वो scene था ना where she repairs his wounds and all, and
Yeah.
he's like,
That's 3 shots with one arrow. If they do that now.
yeah, yeah.
And the
So
post-credit scene is just following up on that.
yeah,
We're waiting for the post-credit कि oh shit, Justice League 2 का कुछ tease करेगा or something. And then the show, this
and it's just like afterwards, like Linda
afterwards.
Carter is just smoking a cigarette, and George Clooney is putting his pants back on. Yeah, that, oh fuck. Hey, Walter Hamada. So yeah, that has to be the thing now. What a way to like finish this episode, just like George
Yeah.
Clooney finished, probably.
Just keep that in your mind when you think back to the episode. See, you gotta
Yeah.
start strong, you gotta end stronger, okay?
Tell that to George Clooney.
It would be just see with the way DC is working now, okay, where they're acknowledging all their previous mistakes and shit. Okay, they've become very self-aware. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they get George Clooney back and they actually like they laugh with us, not let us laugh at them. They laugh with us
Yeah,
throughout the
because
movies.
George Clooney himself is very
Yeah,
aware
yeah,
that Batman and Robin was the best Batman movie.
yeah. And the audience just misunderstood it. It was
And that
ahead of
his,
its
oh,
time.
completely. Yeah, yeah.
You think
Joel
do you think
Schumacher
Zack
just
you think Zack
so
Snyder's movies are very like divisive and people just don't get it? Come on. Like Batman
no,
and
because
Robin did it way
that
before.
happened back in, yeah, that
Yeah.
happened back in 1997.
Yeah.
Um
A whole year before I was born.
so yeah, so this yeah, we this kind of finishes the episode. We didn't really have a one subject because like I said, we were out of ideas, so just wanted to run through whatever news happened. Just
And see, to our credit, it's still shorter than Assassin's Creed Wala episode, which I will
that
consider a positive thing.
no way that was going to be a short episode. We didn't even discuss all the games.
But at least we reached till the point where we wanted to. Like
That's
Origins and
true.
all, वो तो fine. Like you'll fucking कब खरीद रहा है?
देखूंगा यार, अभी साइबरपंक तो खरीदने दे. Let me get Cyberpunk. Let me play. I haven't even finished Witcher yet. I'm still on Blood and Wine, bro.
Witcher you'll complete. I think you're almost done with it. Like halfway you've gone through
No,
it all or something.
I've Blood and Wine. I've played only what 2 hours or something. Apparently, it's a 20-hour DLC. अभी
हाँ
काफी बाकी है Blood and Wine का.
जल्दी कर और
So
Cyberpunk is coming next
anyway,
week.
we just wanted to make this episode so that because अभी next episode, because I am now booked for like another 8 days. So अभी next episode थोड़ा time लगने वाला है. But
अच्छा
so yeah, that is episode 3.
yeah that's actually faster than I imagined. I thought like episode हाँ एक episode करके एक महीना नहीं
That's
करेंगे
what
lol.
Linda Carter said.
if they're watching this show no like somehow they've just ऐसे रात को उनका सुबह 3 बज रहा है whatever they come across this
Yeah,
they're like this is why
Linda Carter is gonna go on YouTube and this is gonna come up in her recommendations. That makes so much sense.
see you see the YouTube tags thing exists for a reason no?
What our tags in this one are going to be? What George Clooney, Linda Carter, Jizz.
God damn. And they're just gonna go, these are the fans we're working so are returning to our roles for. These are the fans we're doing this shit for
Yeah,
really.
they find this video and then next day news aaya, they have said no.
We just feel like we're not on the same page as the fans these days.
Yeah, we are not in a place in our career right now to reprise these roles. Maybe in the future. Uh, so yeah. Okay, so
uh,
yeah, that is the end of the episode, I think.
yeah. So
Uh,
that's basically it. Thank you for watching or listening, which we sometimes forget that we also put out
oh
audio
yeah,
versions of
we
these.
fucking yeah, we should keep reiterating. We have audio versions of these.
Yeah.
Link in the description.
Mm.
Oh my god, that sounded so YouTubey.
It's fine, chalega. At least you haven't begged for likes yet. ठीक है.
Oh yeah, but that seeing how creative we are with these
Hit
podcasts,
the
mein hone
like
wala
button
jaldi.
if you sympathize with
Oh my
Madhav's.
god.
Hit the subscribe button if you sympathize with
You
Madhav's.
fucking YouTube algorithm whore.
See, no one does it anyway. I said it as a meme last time. कितना 3-4 लाइक आया रहेगा. और 3-4 में
I
से अपने
think
को
we
पता है
have
कहाँ
five
से आए.
likes.
I guess. हाँ. I think only one of them is
Take
natural or something.
to whoever made that natural like, we love you.
Yeah. And if you wait, how do I milk this? Comments के लिए क्या बोल सकता हूँ? Fuck. If you feel my segues are amazing or something, just comment. I don't know. But yeah, but okay. So in all seriousness, if you are going to comment something instead of writing a mean thing, just write something that just write, bro, this was too long, or something. At least it will give us some feedback, right? It
That's
won't.
not what Linda Carter said.
इसके लिए लिख दो प्लीज, इसके लिए लाइक कर दो प्लीज. इज बेगिंग फॉर इट. See, we're
Like Linda Carter wasn't. I can do this all day. That's not what Linda Carter said.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Okay, fine. That was it. Thank you for watching or listening. Do whatever you
This is how
want.
you end an episode. Amazing. Chalo, okay. Bye.
Cool. Bye bye.